Welcome to our humble little off-grid life. Join us in today's episode as we take you on a full-day search for wild food. As the warmer months arrive, we set sail on our humble little off-grid sailboat in search of the most breathtaking places to momentarily call our home. Our search for fresh food takes us above, as well as below the surface of the water, from hunting fresh fish on a single breath of air, to sticking your hand into a dark hole in search of crabs and lobsters, to the much more relaxed pace of picking wild fruit and fungi. Join us as we share an entire day in the life of British off-grid hunter-gatherers.
You're not sure, are you? It gets a bit deep. Definitely do not fall for this. Wow. Little starfish there. He's a male brown crab. The camera's on the body. You can see it's male because this strip down here is long and thin. Ooh, he'll defend that. Yeah. And then the female ones are much more oval. There we go. What have we got here? Another little male brown crab. That's all we found today so far as males, but sadly, none of them are big enough to keep. Back in there. Oh, mate. I know, didn't mean to disturb you. Well, I did, but there you go. Yeah, around that. I found a lobster. Look at that. Can you see that bad boy? That's huge. That is one absolutely mammoth lobster.
20 minutes later.
Oh, it's just so deep. This hole is so deep. My tickle stick is all the way in there.
Tickle stick. The problem is the tide is now coming back in, so
it's a race against the bloody tide.
Oh, he's practically sat in the water in all his clothes.
I need to get the shot. Just trying to get behind it. I don't even know what behind it is like. This hole's so bloody deep.
Should have brought your snorkel mask so you could have put your face in there and got it.
I'm admitting defeat. The tide's coming in. I'm soaking wet. God, such a good looking lobster. Oh, I was so sure. I was like, this is the one. This is the one. That's how that lobster got to be so big. Shrewd.
With the tide rapidly coming in, and me still being empty-handed, it was time to jump into the water and see what we could find around the reefs.
My anchor is literally just 3 heavy stones in a bag, so I'm hoping it doesn't drag with the wind and the tide. The tide should be slackening off a bit now. Look at that! Ooh, a little bit of sunshine nearly. I'll take it.
I decided to continue the quest for either a crab or a lobster. The seaweed and kelp is thick all along the reef, which can make spotting the holes really tricky. so you have to get in there and rummage around. But as you pull each curtain of vegetation back, you never truly know what may be waiting for you behind each one. Like this sleeping shark, for example. This is a greater spotted cat shark, or more commonly referred to as a bullhuss. Perfectly camouflaged, taking refuge in the thick kelp in order to rest. After much searching, I eventually found a good-sized brown crab hiding deep in a hole on the reef. After securing the crab, I turned my attention to the fish, although I'd been making so much commotion on the reef that the fish would barely come into range. Eventually, when I managed to slow down enough, I could hold my breath for longer, which in turn gave the fish more time to come and check me out, where I spotted this beautiful table-sized bass, ripe for the harvesting.
Honey, I'm home. There you go.
Thanks.
Very quick change. We're now jumping back off the boat and we're going to do a little bit of foraging. Carly, on the other hand, is going to grab some Instagram shots.
Well, the sun's reflecting off of it. It looks nice.
We've got all our solar panels angled towards the sun now, and it's really important to try and squeeze as much juice as we can because the days aren't quite as sunny now in September and they're only getting shorter. So yeah, you have to back clever. When you're living off-grid on a boat in the summertime, like mid-spring, peak summertime, it's pretty easy with the solar panels, keeps all the systems going, but as the days start to get shorter and the angle of the sun gets lower, you have to start boxing a bit clever and you have to sort of adjust your power consumption needs, or maybe turn the freezer off. Let's go find some fungi. Fungi or fungi? Hey, you're a fungi guy. So the blackberries are super sweet now. It's like the end of their ripening period. I kind of like them at the beginning as they first turn black, so they're quite sharp. They go from sort of sour to sweet, and sometimes you'll pick one that has the perfect balance of sweet and sour, but now most of them I imagine will be really sweet. Yeah, still nice. And now the weather's getting colder. If you want one of these super awesome, very stylish, if I do say so myself, beanie hats, we've got a few left in stock, which I'm happy about because I think I lost my original one. Oh, look at this. That is a big mushroom. That, big mama, is a parasail mushroom. There is, like most mushrooms, a doppelganger. One of them will be delicious and you'll enjoy it. The other one probably kill you. Mushrooms, you see, they like to keep you on your toes or knock you up. That is the first of our wild food collected. Oh, look at that one! Oh, what a treat! What an absolute treat! So apparently, on the ones that are poisonous, this little skirt here is fixed to the stem and it won't move up and down as easily. So that's one of the telltale signs that this one hopefully won't kill you.
Well, it definitely feels like they're at the end of the, like, because they're a bit floppy.
Alright, well, better late than never. They look so enchanted, don't they? Look at this. Do you want to test the skirt?
Test the skirt.
I've been caught red-handed. I can reach them, don't worry. Look at that. That is going to be delish. Now I need to figure out what we're going to knock up with it. Beautiful autumn harvest. We've got a 52cm bass, a nice brown crab, some mushrooms and some beautiful freshly picked blackberries. Gorgeous. Time to process this food. I've already dispatched the fish. I shot it in the head and I've already gutted the fish. I gutted the fish straight away actually because I didn't know how long it was going to be left for whilst I went and tried to find another. So I didn't want the meat spoiling. The crab I'm just going to dispatch now, and the way I do that, so here you're going to pull this flap down and there's going to be a little cavity in the middle. You're going to push the knife into it, jiggle it around, and that will kill the crab instantly. But I'll spare you that bit and I'll do that off camera. The crab is now dead. It's quick, instant, and that's it. It's about as humane as you can get when it comes to taking a life. But there you go. I'll just show you down here. You know, this is where you go. This is where I went up and just wriggled the knife around until the crab's dead. Right. I'm just going to fillet the bass, and in order to do that I'm just going to make an incision here and I come down and then I'm going to make a guideline right along, all the way along the spine of the fish. So I'm not going to cut particularly deep. There we go, just all the way along. And then just at the tail end here, I'm just going to make a little slice here. Lift up, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press the knife against the bones of the fish here, and I'm just going to gently slice down, and hopefully by just pressing against the bones there, we'll take the meat of the fish off all the way up to the bones, really removing as much as we can. Boat galley is in full swing as Carly, the head chef, the captain, the head honcho, has the crab cooking away nicely. Got some onions that freshly caught. Didn't really catch the wild mushroom, did it? Didn't exactly try and get away. Freshly harvested.
Yeah.
Going with it, so we've got some cayenne and some parsley. I'm excited, I'm hungry, and I'm excited. And there's a certain sense of satisfaction you get from the fact that you've gone and harvested this all yourself. Now, given the fact that we are slap bang in the middle of a cost of living crisis, this is even more satisfying to eat.
some mushrooms and onions. Let's just stir that up and then we'll add in the pasta. Well, pretty much. I like the greens. Got any fresh parsley, so in goes some dry parsley.
This is wild picked paracel mushrooms. Oh, they are really good. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is really good. Alright, if you want to see more Catch and Cooks, if you want to see more life on the boat, more life off grid, then hit the subscribe button and join us next time.
If we survive those.
Yeah. If this is the last video you ever watch, don't pick these mushrooms. See you later.